That was the sound of the jar of names. We shall get out a name. Right, this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Overlord Master. So thank you for commenting. Thank you for being in the jar of names. If you want to get in the jar of names, you have to keep commenting at least twice on Cup of Adventure videos. Right, so let's move on now to the podcast. So this is a cup of tea in the podcast. This is the cup of tea. And this will be the podcast. Sometime down in the future, we will have a skip list in the comments, and down there you can skip to this week's update, to this week's topic, and this week's question, and of course this week's goals. But we're going to start now with the update. So the first things first, the thing that I'm most happy about is the fact that we are pretty much caught up. After this podcast, I only have 3 videos to catch up by before the next podcast on the Monday, and I think that's going to happen. I can't wait. And absolutely fantastic. I love being caught up. And I'm going to try and stick to it this time. I always say that, but this time I really need to because uni's coming up. So obviously I need to make sure that I am on the ball with everything now. So I will hopefully stick to that. But when I said about 3 videos this week, that leads into the next thing, which is the fact that our Let's Play of Prince of Persia The Two Thrones is now finished. It's completed. 12 Let's Play parts in all. I said about that much, I suppose. So, pretty pleased with myself for getting that kind of right. I think I said 15, but well. Yes, that's finished. That's good, which means now the new Let's Play will start in the Tuesday and Thursday. However, that's not going to start until April. The next Let's Play video will go up on April 1st, and then the actual Let's Play will start on the 4th of April. And that's Tuesday, and I'll be out on Tuesday and Thursdays, but I'll talk more about that on the 3rd. We're putting in the podcast, so obviously I'll be ready for the next day. But yeah, hopefully you will enjoy that. I really need to start getting behind that. And to be fair, someone actually did ask why I've done it, why I've done it like this. My pen's making a noise. Someone actually asked why I'm doing that. It's because I could start it now, but I won't be caught up. I won't be on the proper schedule. So I'm feeling wait a week or two just to make sure we are definitely caught up with the schedule, and then obviously it'll be perfect and everything will be fitted in its nice little lines rather than me just pushing it all out, hoping to get it out on time. This will be different. This will be me getting out on its regular days when it's supposed to be, so it's a little bit more structured and a little bit organised, which is what I like. Also, I'm not ready to play it yet. I haven't planned out my treasure map guide type thing for it. So obviously, I'll have to do that soon as well. It's going to take a while. Okay, but what else is there to talk about now? I think that's update done. New Let's Play April. Oh no, yes, and Couple of Adventure as well. Remember I said I will focus on the Let's Plays and then just start again in quarter 2. Quarter 2 starts on April. So I think the first video in April will be... If I do it on a Friday, I think it will be on the... It's quite late into the month of April. It will start on the 7th, yes. So hopefully the first proper Cup of Adventure video, which is on the new scheduled timeline, will be out on the 7th. However, there will be two more Cup of Adventure videos out before the end of this month. So I suppose really we're hopefully getting back on track now. Then yeah, there's one I'm going to edit after this, which Hint will talk about later in the names in the topic bit, and there's one more else as well, which will be out hopefully after that because I want to do that one. Otherwise, yeah. So. Pretty much there's going to be a video out this week, out next week, and then starting again for quarter 2 in April. Doesn't really make a difference, does it? It's just going to start up again now. But yes, speaking of that, we're going to now go on to topic and talk about the names which I just mentioned about. So, let's go through them. So this week, we're going to have the podcast. It's what you're listening to right now. Good day. How are you? It's Cup of Tea in the podcast. I'm going to have a bit of cup of tea. And then after this, you'll get a Dishonored video called Missed Opportunity. What's that talking about? Maybe I missed something. Or nearly did. Then after that, we would have a Game 2 slot, but like I said, we're not going to do that until April now, so there won't be anything after that in terms of different Let's Play. But we'll have another Dishonored video after that called Dreary Deary. That video there took me 2 hours to do. No, actually it didn't. Yes, it did. It took me 2 hours to record that because there is some very funny doodaddies within that episode. You can probably guess who it's related to when it's called Dreary Deary. But oh my god, that mission really mucks up your ghost playthrough and non-lethal playthrough. Basically, all of it I did in there because I know this because I'm at the end now of the main game, so I know what happens. Basically, the mission that you do, you have to either kill someone or kill someone, and you can't. There's no real way around it. There are, but it doesn't actually work. You can sleep dart one person. But you can't sleep dart the other person because they'll die. It will count as a death, sorry, but it won't tell you it counted until the very end. And it's like you can sleep dart the other guy, but then it's like I didn't want to go that way. So it's like, what do I do? So basically, I do it, and you'll see what happens in that episode of Dreary, Dreary, Deary. But then at the very end, which I think is the week after that, actually. No, be the week after that. So not next week, the week up. It'll be first week of April. I think that's Dishonored videos. Yeah, the first week of April will be the Dishonored video where I actually at the end of the main story. But then we've got DLC to do, don't forget. But yeah, you'll notice that it didn't actually work because I know this now. But I have actually got the Ghost Trophy because I ran through it and did it again. But yeah, I'm digressing now. Then after that, we would have another Game 2 slot, but we don't have that yet starting in April, as I keep saying. But after that, we've got another Dishonored video called Get Out of My Pub, which is a relation to EastEnders and Peggy Mitchell, who usually says, Get out of my pub. So that's why I've called it that, because we're at a pub, and it's my pub. Nobody else's anymore. And that's actually a really good episode. In terms of story-wise, Dishonored's good. Oh, actually, no, it's not in that one. No, I take it back. That one's not good. That's preparing for the story. That's me clearing out the pub. The next one after that, which will be next week, is the best one. But yeah, hopefully all of those should be out by the end of this week, which will hopefully be Friday. So that's really good. It means by Friday we'll be caught up proper, and it'll be great, mate. Anyway, we've been talking about this for a long time. I'm feeling like this is going to be a very long podcast because we've got a lot to talk about. And we could now go on to the next section, but we're going to keep on with the topic because I want to actually talk about something. Do I? Yes, I do. I want to talk about Skyrim. So while I've been catching up with all the sort of stuff, while I've been listening to my Let's Play episodes, editing them, trying to listen to anything I want to cut out and cut ahead and stuff, I'm playing Skyrim while I'm doing that. And I can now officially say that I've finished all the map locations on Skyrim. So that means I basically just need to work for a few more things, and then I can do the quests. And then hopefully I'll finish it, and then I'll be able to go on to other games, such as Assassin's Creed, which is first. I want to catch up with that series. And then I'm going to want to play Horizon Zero Dawn, me personally, and like all these other bits. Mass Effect I want to get into as well. I know people don't like that, but I like the look of it, and I can't wait to get into that. And it's like, oh my god, so many games. But hopefully the ball is moving, as we shall say. The ball is moving. So I thought I'd just let you know about that. But yeah, that's the topic done, I believe it is. Yes, let's now go on to the community section. So then, let's begin with Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos. Oh, actually, now we're going to go back a step, talk about the hint for the Couple Adventure video this week. It's called A Missed Event. Basically, it's about a video that I didn't do a video for in the quarter one, which is January, February, March. There's an event that happened. I didn't do a video for it. However, I recorded it. I just didn't edit it, and obviously that's why it's late, so I'm going to do it now anyway. But yes, if you can figure out what event we didn't make a video for on Cup of Adventure, you'll probably work out what video it's going to be. Okay, now we'll move on. Now we'll go back to Mention Monday. So the people that commented on last week's videos are as follows, and we thank these people very much. We have Horia, Eraser, Hax Dark, Bernard Termier, Max Ravage, and DragonLord55511. So thank you very much for commenting, everybody. I really appreciate it. I love it when we all get together and talk and discuss things and debate stuff, which we will talk about later because there's a debate in one of these other sections we're talking about today, but we'll talk about that later. Now we'll go on to Q&A, which is a very big Q&A, which is why I think this is going to be a longer video. But yeah, we're going to start off with Hax Dark, who says in rephrased words I've done here, he says, are you / can you cook Indonesian or French food? Indonesian, not sure. I can't name any Indonesian food off the top of my head, but French food I can definitely do on Cup of Adventure, so I'll definitely will. I'm probably going to go ahead and make some French food. I think that might be on my list. I'll put it in my subscriber suggestions box, shall we say. I'll do that now while I'm talking. So obviously I'll credit you for requesting that, Hax Dark, and I'll do that sometime in the future as well. Right, let me just add that to the list. In fact, have you done stuff before? No, you have not. Right. This is live editing here, guys. Live administration. There we go. So Hax Dark wants Indonesian or French food. There we go. Should we have a look at some of the other suggestions people have made? Let's go for DragonLord55511 has also suggested Donkey Biscuits before, as well. He wants me to play the Elder Scrolls game, and Darksiders he wants me to play as well. Horia wants me to play Dirk Valentine. Still haven't heard back about copyright provisions for that, so I can't do that. City Skylines, actually, we'll talk about that later. And some other bits and bobs as well. Red Velvet Cake as well, which I'd like to do. And I'd like to retry Puller as well. So I feel like my yeast died last time, so it didn't really work. But I want to try that again. And yeah, there's a bunch of other people in here as well with stuff they've suggested, like Nick Pro's there. Who else is there? I'm trying to think who's on the... Is Max Ravage there? Max Ravage has not actually suggested anything, unfortunately. That's quite strange. Oh no, he has, yeah. He wants me to bake brownies. I'll do that sometime in the future as well. But yeah, that's been added to the list for you, Hax Dark, and remember everybody else there as well. Couple of adventure videos are easy to do, so stuff like the brownies that Max Ravage said, I'll be able to do that quite easily. But some of the game stuff, like I said, copyright permissions tend to be a bit hard. Let's move on then. So, is it Bernard? Berend. Oh no, so it's Berend Termeer. When are you going to talk about the health benefits? I'm really curious right now then. Yeah, sorry for getting your name wrong in Mention Monday. Basically, he's talking about the last podcast where I said about the health benefits of doing YouTube videos and like vlogging and stuff like that. And I said I can make a whole essay about it, and he was really interested about what I can say. Right, well, the health benefits of it, there's two main ones, which I'll just do the two main ones for now because I don't want to be here all day. But the two health benefits of doing like YouTube videos is, one, talking. Like, you become much more of a confident speaker and talker by obviously talking towards a microphone and then playing it back and listening to it, because that way you can hear how you sound, you can hear what you do wrong. So, for example, I'd sometimes I say the wrong word when I'm speaking. So like I slur my speech. So like I'll be like, can't think of an example like that. Like I'll try to say something, but I'll say something else that is on my mind, and I just like, so I try to get out quite quick, I suppose is how you would suggest that. So now what I do is I try to be a little bit more slower and try and think about what I'm saying and try and make sure I get the right words. So obviously if I'm talking to family and friends, I'll do it more by saying like the wrong thing, but then when I'm talking on here, I know I don't. So it's like it helps you become a better speaker and more confident speaker. In terms of confidence, you get used to how you sound, so you'll be able to talk more normally and know how you sound to other people. So it's a bit more of a confidence boost, at least for me, but I believe for everybody. And the other one is in terms of like stuff like vlogging. You want to make better content, so you'll do more in your life to showcase a better vlog. So say, for example, you're doing a vlog. My week that's just gone, there have been a few things that would have been quite nice to film because we're quite an eventful bunch of people, me and my friendship group. But say, for example, you just go to college, that's all you do. But then if you're doing vlogs, you might try and do something else. Like you might go for a walk somewhere to showcase like the outside world. You might go and find some other bits and bobs to do, like festivals and that sort of thing. So you think that health benefits for that sort of helps you there. But the only downside of that one is the fact that when you're doing videos, you want to create good stuff, so sometimes you fall into that trick of doing things that everyone does. So like you're trying to become famous by doing that, which I obviously try not to do. And then obviously just like, caring too much about what people think, and then obviously you got the hurtful comments from people as well. Sometimes it hurt you, but then you could argue the fact that actually helps you to overcome that sense of like negativity. Like some people could be like, oh, this video sucks, and then you'll obviously, it might hurt you, but then you'll also learn from it and be like, oh, that's fine. People don't obviously like everything you do, so it's great. So sometimes you get used to that as well, but then sometimes you don't. So it's like a bit of both. So there's pros and cons for both ways, but I think health benefits are more beneficial in terms of me personally. Now we're going to go into Horia, who says, hey JD, I know you said you weren't really into PC gaming, but I would like to remind you about my idea of doing a Cities Skyline series. I think it would make a nice community morale-boosting Let's Play. Let us all be citizens and get us involved in the Let's Play. Just as a reminder, I called dibs on the house on an island. Right, so I'll talk about this earlier, actually, when I was talking about the subscription box, which I have on my on my desktop. Yes, so City Skylines, I would always love to do. I want to do like a city building sim. I went for a phrase not long ago, where I was watching like a big, like loads of series of like City Skylines and SimCity, and it's something I really want to do. It's really up my street. Very confusing, so it'll probably be very bad Let's Play on my part. But I'm definitely really want to do it. But like I said, PC gaming, I would love to do them. But I don't know if my PC can actually do it anymore. Like I used to think it could, but now I'm a bit like, can it not? I don't know. But yeah, something I'll look forward to look at in the future. When I'm doing like a spring clean of all this channel, like revamping all the videos, I'll probably consider doing some like PC stuff like once or twice a month or something like that, just to sort of cover all bases if you wanted. So I can have like covering all forms of games, which is what I kind of want to do. But when you said about a morale boosting Let's Play, I don't know if that would be the case for City Skylines. I've seen City Skylines stuff as well, and it's definitely for a specific type of audience, like the type of audience that could watch like long Let's Plays, which I don't know. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I don't know what this type of sort of community is. That's why I want to do some research later, which we'll talk about. But yeah, but I think it would be good, especially with the last bit you said about where you can all be citizens and stuff, and like you want a house on an island. Yeah, that's definitely stuff that I could look at, and I'd definitely love to do that sort of thing. Dragonlord 55511 says, hello Sir JD262, I have a question and a riddle for you. Question: what are your methods to get rid of excess stress? Excess stress. Oh, what do I do when I'm stressed? I don't really get stressed. I want to sort of be like a producer of like TV or something, or documentary producer, or yeah, film producer. So I think stress is not really good for my line of work, and I'm not really one to get stressed. I'm usually quite grounded. Like I have my lists, very important. I have my lists about what have stuff to do and how to get it done. And if I can't get something done, I know I can't get it done. I come to terms with that fact very easily. Like we're doing, like say if I'm filming like a project, I'll do, right, I need to do this by this day. If I don't get it done by then, it won't get done, so I'll know I need to get done. So if I've got an essay due in for the next day, which is quite bad on my part, I won't do it on the day, because basically I see that as like your time's ticking down, and you just, once it gets to the end, it's done. You've no other time to do it. And if what you haven't done, if you haven't finished it, tough luck. So I do it the night before. I'll usually stay up all night until I've done it, and then go sleep. But that way I see it better, because it's like it's not on the day, because my clock doesn't tick down. Then it's like I have the time to do it. If that makes sense. It's hard to explain because I know how it is in my head, but in terms of stress, I don't really get stressed. I've been getting slightly stressed, I suppose, because I've got a lot of stuff to do. But then that's actually answered the question. No, the answer to your question is I make lists. Like when I've got a lot to do, like recently I've got like 10 essays to do this month, or projects to do this month. What I do is I look at what I need to do, write it all down in order. Like for example, with all these essays, I've written down their hand-in deadlines, so I know which ones I have to do first. And then I'll make more lists of what I need to do in those essays, and then go through that. So, like for example, I'm talking about like a remake essay coming up. So in that, I'll break down the different parts of I can talk about in the different paragraphs. So like have number 1, the intro. Number 2, why is it different? Number 3, look at a specific scene. Number 4, look at another specific scene. Number 5, like conclusion, that sort of thing. Like that's how I cope with stress. I make lists, so I don't have to keep it all in my head. I can put it on my lists and then see what I need to do, and then focus on the first one and go down and down and down and down and down. Highly recommend it. Definitely works with me. I wonder if it works for you. Let me know, because I think that's a great way of coping with stress, actually. Anyway, that's all the Q&A done. This is definitely going to be a longer video, but I ain't bothered. I need to talk. I like talking. Let's talk. Right, some subscribers. Last week we were at 1,290. We went up 3 names this week to 1,293, but we've got no new names. So whoever's joined us, welcome. Sound out in the comments below so I know who you are. Right, and now let's go on to last week's question, which was, do you consider yourself a pessimist, optimist, or realist? So Horia says, I classify myself as an optimist. Doesn't matter if a glass is half full or half empty, just drink the water and make it empty. See, to me, I would have said you were more of a realist, Horia. You definitely come across as the type of person that's like, looks at the facts and then sees what needs to be done. Particularly with like video games that I've seen when you commented and you suggested your options as well. It's like, say an example, Dishonored, where I was in the flooded district trying to get my equipment back, and he was saying stuff about like, oh, you could have got your equipment back first. It just shows that you shouldn't be Ravenclaw, that sort of thing. Nasty comment, I know. But basically, in that situation, I think an optimist would be like, oh, but you still did it, you know? Like, oh, yeah, you still did it, yay, well done. That's what I would class as an optimist. As a realist would be like, you should just gone straight and get your equipment, which you could have done, but then I still managed to do it because there are stuff, because the level is designed so you don't have to. So like you can find grenades to kill the river crusts which are on the level, and it's like that's how I foresaw that mission, and that's how I did that. But obviously I don't know you personally, Horia, so you might be an optimist in real life. It might just be what I'm seeing through text-based options, which is not really very conclusive of your being and your personality. Max Ravage says, honestly, he sees himself as an honest realist. I'll tell you how things are, with a slight twinge of things will get better soon. Mood mixed into it. Yes, so I can agree with that. I can see that, yeah. Like, I think most people will be like that. I suppose I'm like that, but I like to consider myself an optimist more, because I think that's what optimism really is. Like, I'm not like a cloud niner, which is a term used in movies for people that are like bit crazy. Like, think of Harry Potter. Luna Lovegood is a Cloud Niner in the Lego movie. There was actually a place called Cloud Nine, which is based on this movie technique. Like, that'll be a true optimist. So I suppose, yeah, I would see myself as an optimist realist. More of an optimist, though. Like, I always try to find the good in stuff. Like, I've got all this essays to do, but soon I'll be finished and I'll have no more to do until I go to uni. And then once uni's done in 3 years, I will be able to go into business, which is very hard to get into because there's like, it's word of mouth and who you know. And it's going to be really difficult. We'll see. And let's go on now to this week's question, which is... So, coming up with this revamp of all the videos, I'm going to be doing some research based on you guys, like contacting you directly. Oh dear, I spilled some of my tea. Blasphemy. Contacting you directly to find out like what you like from the videos, what sort of like games you would like to see in the future, what sort of like, just like, find out what you like and what you would see, and then obviously... Oh dear, what am I doing? So I'm trying to get tea off my keyboard. I'm pressing buttons. Oh dear. Oh dear, I've broken it. Never mind. Yeah, just to find out like, what you like. But this week's question is actually... Oh, Max Ravage page just opened up for some reason. But this week's question is actually... What do you want to... What questions do you think I could ask to find out what type of videos I'd like to make better? Like, if I asked you, like, what games do you want to see in the future, do you think that would be a good question to ask you? Like, in terms of your input, what would you like me to ask you to find out what you want me to do for this input for this channel? So, like, if I said, do you want to see more PC games, like, for example, Horia with the City Skylines, would you like me to ask that sort of question? And then, whatever sort of questions like that. I'm struggling to think of some, that's why I'm only using that one example. But let me have a quick think. What could I ask to find out about things like... Maybe like how you subscribe to people, like... In terms of me, I never subscribe to someone straight away unless they're really good. Usually, I'll only subscribe to them if I keep coming back to their videos. Like I keep like running across them, like, oh, I know this guy. I watched him the other day. So, like for example, an example of that is the Super Carlin Brothers. I watched him once, really good video, loved it, but never really subscribed because I don't really do that straight away anyway. But then I keep coming back to his videos, and now I've subscribed because I keep coming back. So that's an interesting question to ask. I think something like to that. But yeah, I just want to know what questions you think I should ask in terms of like that sort of structure, like how you find my videos, maybe. When do you watch? Like, do you watch like every day? Do you watch every Sunday, twice removed in the month of June? I don't know. We'll find out. Just what sort of questions would you like me to ask in terms of that sort of style? Right, we'll start after that then. I think it is this week's comment. So this week's comment is not actually comment; it's theme. This week's theme or debate, shall we say? But this week's theme/debate goes to Horia. Basically, we were talking about this. We're talking on a Dishonored video where I said, "Oh, how come I can't loot the money from those the assassins? It's clearly on them. It's blinking, flashing, shall we say?" Now, where's the comment? Let me try and find a comment so I can read it off exactly. It was another facepalm comment, which I don't like the facepalm comments. It was like, facepalm. The assassins don't carry money with them. You loot them for crossbow bolts. And then he's obviously going on some other stuff as well, which is like, ouch, that hurt. But basically, this is when I said that it is a money pouch, because you can find money pouches around the world and they look exactly the same as the pouch that he had on him. So that was my first opening statement. And then Horia came in with, it's not a money pouch, it's a pouch that carries the bolts. And then I said, aha, I thought you were going to say that. But then I said, what did I say actually? Oh no, that's when I said about the... Oh yeah. And I said it's not a pouch thing because we've seen pouches around... we've seen bolts lying around that you pick up. They're clearly bigger than the pouch, so obviously it wouldn't fit in there. And then he said, objection, which is why I thought it was quite cool, because it turned into like a Phoenix Wright sort of thing. He said he's saying that adding in a bolt pouch model in the game would have required a lot of more coding. It would have been harder for the developers. So obviously the history of developers using old assets, like reskinning stuff. So he was saying that he was using that as an excuse as a argument towards the fact that it is a bolt pouch, and this is where I went overruled, because I said in that case, if they did use the same pouch, in terms of law, the developers would have stated that the pouch is a money pouch, and then you just collect the bolts as well from the body of the guy, because otherwise it would be like a bit of I want to say plot hole, but it's not quite as big as that. It's more like an inaccuracy where the bolts won't fit in that pouch. That's how I say it. So I'm saying that the developers would say that the bolts are actually on the body, maybe in a different pocket or different pouch on the assassin. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I'm saying to him, and obviously he has a different opinion, which is fine. Everyone has different opinions. It's all cool. But yeah, that's why I'm saying this week's comment, because it was what do you think? Do you think the assassin pouches were money? Maybe it was a pouch of money, but it was empty. It was just an empty pouch. That's why you couldn't pick it up. But yeah, that's what I'm asking you. What do you think? It's like the blue dress, red dress thing, wherever it was. Do you think it is... Yeah. Lost my train of thought. Do you think it's a money pouch or do you think it's a bolt pouch? Let me know. Sound off in the comments. What is this sound off in the comments thing? I don't think I like it. Anyway, let's go now on to this week's goals. Oh my god, this is a very long podcast. Well. I feel like it's a good one. You guys said you like longer podcasts anyway. So this week's goals, obviously last week was to get caught up. We have. Well done. Congratulations, me. Now we can move on and get more stuff done. Cool. So I think this week I didn't know whether to go for a goal of getting the details written up on the videos. I have 10 pages of videos to do details for, including all the way back to Assassin's Creed Revelations and the Fable, and then we've got Bioshock 2 as well. Azura's Wrath I need to do, Assassin's Creed 3, Bastion, Dishonored, and obviously Prince of Persia. I need to add all of those descriptions at all of those videos. So it's a lot. So I didn't know whether to do that, do maybe 3 pages of that before Monday, the next podcast. But I think I actually went for to start, because I need to start this, otherwise I won't get them done by April. I think this week is to start doing quarter 2 videos, start writing them up on papers and actually planning them out. But I'm not going to say all of them, because I've got a very lot of essays, like I said, this week to do. Holiday soon, though. So I'm going to say by the end of next Monday, I want to create 4 quarter 2 videos for Cupboard Adventure. Which will be obviously for the month of April, so that I can start doing those and making them. So that's this week's goal. Let's see if we can do it. I'm very hesitant, though. It's quite a big one to do at the moment. Okay, then. But now I'll tell you what last week's, what film was. It was actually not what film it was, or what TV show was it. It was... It was actually Star Wars Rebels, because it was Chopper, the little robot that flies around. It was a difficult one, I know, but yeah, I just saw the Darth Maul Obi-Wan Kenobi fight. I liked it. I appreciated the behind-the-scenes, the connotative level of it. Everyone didn't like it because of the denotative level, where you just see what you see. They didn't see, the big fight. And obviously the connotative level is the deeper meaning behind it. I appreciated that because it showed that Obi-Wan Kenobi is so masterful now that he can literally end it like that. And I think I liked it for that reason. Plus, there was also more other bits about him changing his different forms, stable forms, which is everyone likes it. Every Jedi has one form, but then some people are really good and have different forms. They can merge into each one. I like it because of that. But that's me. My friend, I have 2 friends. One didn't like it, one did. And I'm surprised that one that did liked it, because he's more of the denotative level guy. But he actually really loved it. And I'm like, you know what, mate? You're on my side. You can stay on my side. But that's that then. So let's finish this cup of tea. Oh dear, I dropped my paper. Yeah, so we've got 3 videos this week. Obviously not many, I'm afraid, but put it this way, you're going to like it. The next Let's Play, I'm pretty sure every single one of you is going to love it. And if you don't, then I apologise, and I will not do anything. I'll just apologise. Sorry. But yeah, hopefully it will be worth it. And like I said, April 1st, you'll find out what it is. Can't wait to tell you what it is, because I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to finally actually do this game, because I've had some troubles with it in the past. But cool, I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, there'll be a video of Cupboard Adventure out before the next podcast, hopefully, as well. I'm going to do it now. Hopefully we'll edit it tonight, we'll see. But I should really go to bed now, but I'm not. I'm going to stay up later, get stuff done. But yeah, what else can I go through? Nothing, because that is it. Right then, so until the next time we meet, I will say farewell, and I'll leave you with now. What film? Maybe they're not wrong. Maybe you are no son of Poseidon.